We called I didn't turn the mic on. I called the Wazork matters.
Good morning, Your Honor. Cheryl Luckoff on behalf of the plaintiff.
Right. Where are we on this one?
So, Your Honor, at the initial hearing, judgment was granted. There are bed bugs in the unit. It's a health hazard. And then Mr. Wazork filed a motion to set aside the default judgment. And it's my understanding from speaking to my client this morning that Mr. Wazork is planning to vacate the premises. So I'd like to clarify that.
Sure.
Say that again.
Are you hard?
Yeah, I'm hard of hearing. My hearing, I don't have.
We have equipment if that will help you, sir.
Yeah.
All right, let's get that.
I usually wear hearing aids, and my hearing aids are bad. Need to get a new.
Okay. Let's see. That help you? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. You filed this motion to set aside the default, but the attorney was asking or had been informed by her client that you were planning on moving out.
I wouldn't plan on moving out. I just asked that if I plan on moving out, I would need more time because I didn't have no time to set up anything. And I wasn't actually wanting to move out. But they were saying I needed to move out. I had made sure all the problems were taken care of in the apartment. I've had Section 8 come in there twice now and check it. Themselves, they haven't checked it at all. They had one guy come in, one maintenance man come in, bring up these charges about garbage being in my house. Well, the garbage wasn't garbage bags. Those were stuff that pots and pans and everything that we had cleaned up and put in that because they told us we needed the cabinets all cleared out. So those weren't garbage bags. Those were all our dishes, food, canned goods, all that. I put them in the garbage bags to be able to clear the cabinets out so they could spray for cockroaches, which we never had to start with. And I had told them that. And they said they were going to, this was on Friday.
Before you go on.
Okay.
Because I'm dealing with your motion to set aside the default. Ms. Luckoff, were you present at the previous hearing?
Yes, I was present. I put the proofs on the record with a witness, Your Honor. And what we had put on the record was that on the second, my client's pest control was denied entry because he was not prepared. And then again, the day of court, they were denied entry. And so at that juncture, we did take testimony. And the court established that there was a health hazard, that there are bed bugs that weren't being treated. And that is why the judgment was entered and the immediate order of eviction, which was prayed for in the complaint. So if you'd like me to argue the motion, I can certainly argue it. This has been a chronic problem. There's just a cleanliness issue and bed bugs, obviously, I don't have to tell the court about the problem with bed bugs. So, I mean, we're looking for possession of the premises, Your Honor. But again, I can argue the merits of the motion as well, if you'd like.
Well, one thing that I'm a bit confused of is that in the defendant's motion, he's saying that, and as I look at the judgment, he's saying that he was there but defaulted.
He was there, but then if I remember correctly, I think he disappeared at one point. And we waited for, yes, because Your Honor, I actually went to a judge's meeting because we wanted to wait to give him time. I went to another Zoom judge's meeting, came back, and he still wasn't there. And that's when Judge Barr entered the judgment.
Your Honor, I was there. They muted me. It was over Zoom and they muted me. So they couldn't get me there because every time I kept saying, Your Honor, I'm here, Your Honor, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And they just kept saying, you've been muted. And I never got to say a word.
Well, he actually did get to say a word because he did put proofs on as well. And then we ended up.
Well, can I ask if that's the case, why was this judgment by default?
Well, as best I can recollect, because he didn't come back. I think what
They didn't-
happened, actually, Your Honor, I believe I had to, and it'd be interesting if we could pull up that transcript because I'm going by my memory here. But I may have needed to get my witness on. And so we took a break. I do
Yeah.
remember having to get Wendy on, and then he wasn't there, so we took another break. That's when I went to the judge's meeting, which was at noon. So I think it was, but we did hear from him originally. It's
Yeah,
not that he was
originally
never
the
heard.
the first time I was heard, but then they came back. I called the court clerk, asked what was going on with this case. And she told me, well, they're going back in there. And well, I couldn't hear no judge say that they were coming back. And the witness, they had
You mean
Wendy.
they were coming back?
They told me and the court clerk told me that he was making a final decision, that I had to get back into Zoom and find out what was going on because, and that's when they couldn't hear me at all. I couldn't be heard at all. So when they brought Wendy in there, I tried to talk. I couldn't, it was totally muted. It was muted on their end, not my end. My son was right there listening. I had him on loudspeaker. He was there listening. He heard the whole thing. I didn't get a chance to say a word. The second time, and Wendy came on there, the assistant manager, and she kept talking, and I kept trying to object, and they couldn't even hear me at all. It was like I wasn't even there. It's like the speaker said, "You've been muted," and I couldn't say a word.
But you're alleging what you're alleging, which would cause me a bit of concern, is that you were there and that the court muted you.
Exactly.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Your February rent is paid.
Yes.
I'm going to adjourn this to March 1st, 2024 at 10 a.m. In the interim, I'm going to take a look at the video of what transpired.
Okay, I appreciate it.
And Your Honor, if I may, I mean, the issue here is, and I'm totally fine with everything you're saying. I'm not even placing an objection. I just want us all to be clear here because this is regarding other residents' health, due to bed bugs. So I want to put on the record here because as you know, I am transparent. They did go in last week. They did treat last week. They have to go back in again next week. So we're still asking for possession of the unit, but I want to make sure we can get back in to treat, just to protect the other residents. So we'll come back. I have no problem with anything the court's doing. That's just, I wanted to put that on.
Okay.
the record.
Yeah.
I got
Yes, Your
you.
Honor. I've never had no objections.
Well, sir, hold on. All I'm saying is you need to let them in so that they can treat the
Yes.
premises.
I
I just want to look at what happened. Because if something procedural happened where he was muted, then I've got a different problem than what I may have. All right?
Okay, yeah, because the one time they,
Sir, I'm not hearing what happened. I just need you to let them in so that.
yes,
treat-
I've been doing that.
And then we'll see you next.
Yes,
week.
Your Honor, I've been doing that. I've been letting them
Right?
in. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Harbor One versus Ashley Grisham.
Cheryl Walkoff on behalf of the plaintiff. I believe
Ashley
this is
Grisham.
Also a motion, Your Honor. Oh, you know what? We've been on this before. It was a motion to set aside a default. This is one with section 8 being terminated. There was some money in escrow. Right now, we have a balance of $5,271.29. My notes say she put $1,174 in escrow, and you were requiring another $1,200 to be put in escrow by 2/22 yesterday.
I have 17. My note reflects. Yeah, it should have, excuse me, it should have been. I have 1,700, but I think that was something different. What do you have in escrow? Cause I got.
Because my office can't read my writing, but
I have a ton in escrow here. I have 2390 in escrow. I don't think that brings it current, does it?
no, $5,271.29, the balance.
Hey, Grisham. No response. The motion to set aside is denied.
Now, Your Honor, look, I just want to procedurally talk about this for a second because her judgment was for $2,367.45. So if she has that money in
that's right.
escrow, I don't want to have a problem ordering a writ. I would like to, let me see if we have ordered a writ on this. Do you see a writ in the file?
Let
me take a look here.
I do.
Okay, so I'd ask to, under these circumstances, move forward with the writ. I'll let the court determine how you want to handle escrow. I don't think, I mean,
Well,
this kind of got strung
Let
along.
me. Well, you said she had 2390. Judgment amount was.
Judgment was for 2,36745, but again, that was December, and she didn't pay within the redemption period. And this has been adjourned several times, and she's not here. So I guess I would ask then to do an amended judgment for the 527129. And then give her 10 days to take care of that, and then we can order another writ.
That's what I would suggest.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'll deny the motion to set aside plaintiff to file amended judgment, giving the 10-day time frame,
But Your
And
Honor, if
then
she
I'll-
files another, I'm sorry, go ahead.
and then I'll release escrow. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, if she files another motion, I mean, this is a little bit of a circus here. That's my concern, is we're gonna see a motion come from Ms. Weidling on Tuesday.
Right,
So-
but if she files that motion, given everything that's gone on, I'm gonna be a bit reluctant to kind of do the thing to allow her to pay.
Okay,
I'll just tell you that because
okay.
first of all, she's not here, and also the 1,200 didn't go in. Did not go into escrow, so.
Okay,
do it
but you
that.
do have the 2390 that will be released to the plaintiff, correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. And I'll submit an amended judgment today.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Arbor One versus Ashley Grisham. Actually, before you come up, Miss Grisham, hang on, let me take care of this one matter. Sutton Ridge versus Andre Duffin and Lindsay Burrell. Is Miss Luckoff coming back? What?
Send it to, thank you.
First at 10 a.m.
At 10?
Yes.
Okay, so Miss Grisham, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hold the release of escrow, and then I'm gonna tell them to set for a hearing on March 1st, 2024 at 10
Yes.
a.m. She didn't hear me. She's concentrating on them keys. That's why people need bigger phones or smaller fingers. Oh, her email's coming through, but it's just scanning. Okay. Is that it?
She did, it just takes.
What is she doing?
Sending another one. It was just something else she was saying,
Okay.
letting the Arbor one know.
Okay, so. What I'm gonna do is I'll set a hearing March 1st, 10 a.m. We'll have that. Ms. Luckoff hopefully will by that time maybe be contacted by her clients. And since if it was done today, she her ledger would have been at best from yesterday.
Okay,
And so hopefully we'll get it all.
and I did still pay my,
I know. And they told me you were upset. All right, we'll get the money straight next week, okay?
thank you.
All right, you paid
I
it.
did not want to do that.
What'd you say?
I said I didn't want to,
Yeah, it's okay. We'll get
but
it.
I had to.
Yeah, no, we'll get it straight.
Thank
And we'll
you.
figure out where the funds go.
Thank you.
So what's your monthly rent set at?
$56.
56? So if I release all this escrow to him, you'll be paid through like 2032. No. Well, no.
It's their mine.
We'll
Do you want me to forward that part to her?
which part?
The new monthly?
Yes, please. Because then I can figure it out, and what we might do with that escrow is, just so that you're aware, I may issue it in such a way that at least if things stay current for you, you're just gonna be paid up for a year, so
What you mean, mine or theirs?
that,
So I paid into escrow 1,200 and the 1,700.
right, but what I may do is I may take 12 times 56, whatever your current thing is, pay it to them, and then you don't have to worry about paying rent for a year.
And then release the rest.
And
That's fine, but I don't have a month left on my lease. But I'm definitely in agreement with that.
okay, so that may be this part of.
Even though the payment that from what I see, it pays over still. Because I only have 5,000 due.
You just gonna try to create problems, aren't you? I
Nope.
came in here, had a beautiful solution to everything.
Okay.
She gonna find something wrong.
I'm not,
All right.
I'm not.
All right. You have a great weekend.
Thank you, you too.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Okay. Take care. 14A. Stands adjourned.
I'm sorry.
1 week later.
Report 2-Day-1 District Court for County of Washington, State of Michigan. Essentially, the Honorable Judge Jay said preside.
May be seated. Harbor One versus Ashley Grisham.
Cheryl Wolkoff on behalf of the plaintiff.
Hello, Ms. Grisham.
Good morning.
Hello, Ms. Luckoff. I didn't mean to ignore you. All right, where are we on this? Okay, so here's what happened, because Ms. Luckoff, you weren't here. And what actually ended up occurring, I think, by the time the case got called, Ms. Grisham, at some point last time, came in and paid $1,700.
Hold on, when you say I wasn't here, I mean, I did appear in court via Zoom. Are you saying after the hearing?
She thought I was, she was thinking I was trying to say she didn't show up. I didn't say that. After you had appeared, after we had handled your
You're
case.
precise. Okay, just clarifying that, Your Honor.
What, man, oh, man. All right, anyway, so you had appeared, left. Miss Grisham came in, paid the money, and then Miss Grisham was outside my courtroom. I don't know what she was doing, but she was talking some stuff. Anyway, she didn't think I heard, but oh yeah, we heard it all. Anyway, but she had come in and put the 1,700. She was panicked because she thought the 1,700 wasn't going to help her out, that she had lost it. She had paid it because of judgment, or I had denied her motion at that point in time. After we got her calmed down, I told her I would set it for today because it would, I think that might have paid everything, but I don't have the numbers in front of me now. How
Well,
much do
to
we have?
complicate,
How much
Your Honor,
have
I mean,
Sure.
we have March rent due, so I'm showing a balance of $6,899.
$6,899. How much do I have in this? Okay, I have $4,090 in escrow. So at this point, I'm 28. Your March rent. Clicked in. How much is March rent?
March rent is $13.90.
Okay.
Question,
Yes, ma'am.
I have the Section 8 paid over 5,000.
Section 8, that's right. We
So-
can have that issue.
That's the real issue. It's paid, it's paid, even
Did they
March.
pay it?
Well, I have the emails that I
That's right.
forward
And
over.
I
It's
forgot about
okay.
that. No, it's
Okay.
okay. I was just remembering like that scowl.
I know it's a
I
lot.
was just remembering the scowl on your face. So it was still there. Some things I forgot.
All right, you knew that part though.
Right, you remember Mr. Allen? She was scared. We were gonna have to take her down. She was all over the place. It was incredible. I worried for me and my family. All right. So she has thank you, Ms. Grisham, for reminding me of that. I think you provided me a copy of it too.
A ledger from them.
No, that the email, I think, or
Yeah.
whatever you sent. Was it a ledger? Yes, it was a ledger. So they were going to pay, Inkster Housing Commission was going to pay, what was it, 5,000? Was it 4,566? I think.
I know it didn't, I don't think it had March included.
They didn't have March in at the time.
No.
I have payment amount. Was it 4,566?
Yes,
Yes.
with an positive adjustment of 2,836 as well. For a total of
7,767, right. But then down at the bottom, they said payment amount. So I don't know what all that means. All right, but bottom line, Ms. Luckoff, and I know you don't have this, and I'll have my staff scan and fax to you. There should be a check that the landlord should be receiving from Inkster Housing Commission. I'm not sure how to read the ledger that they have in front of me, but they say total HAP, then they have positive adjustments, and then they have the total of $7,767. Then at the bottom, they say grand payment total, payment amount of $4,566. Now, can we get, so the way I understand it, she has $4,090 in escrow. Inkster Housing Commission is making a sizable adjustment. They're either paying the 7,767, or at best, they're paying 46 or 4,566, if that total payment amount is what it means. Which means she's going to be clear and actually well paid out under either of those scenarios. So why don't I do this? Because I've got some other cases here, Ms. Luckoff. Let me pass it. Let me get this sent to her office so that we're all talking about the same.
It's also a letter saying what the current rent adjustment is.
Right, and
For
you did give me that also. So there are 3 sheets you gave
Yeah.
her. Yeah, 3 sheets that we're sending over, because then on top of everything, because it can't get any more confusing, there's a rental adjustment for March.
Yeah.
So that
Well, it goes back to.
it goes, right, it
December.
goes back, but that's the payment
Correct.
that is going to be received. And then March's rent, while you
56.
have it at a certain amount, Ms. Luckoff, it looks like it's going to be adjusted. for payment. So, that's why Ms. Grisham was so angry. Right now, no, today you're smiling.
Correct, that is why.
But that
I was not like.
it was like evil, like hissing and like horns, and it was horrible, the whole thing. So here's what I'm gonna do. Let me pass this one.
All right.
Let me get that information over to Ms. Buckoff so we all know what we're talking about. Oh, she actually said thank you. She did. It's just a much nicer day. It's amazing what happens in a week. Arbor One West versus Jack. Is it Zurich? Yeah, no, I'll get it eventually, but then by that time the case will be done. Come on up.
Everybody does. Everybody messes up.
Morning, Your Honor.
All right,
Cheryl Walkup on behalf of the plaintiff.
State your name, sir.
Jack Wazork.
Okay. And where are we on this? Was this his motion?
Your Honor, it was, I don't think he can argue the motion. There was a motion filed that was drafted clearly by legal aid, but signed by Mr. Wazorek. This was a health hazard due to bed bugs and roaches and the landlord not being able to access the premises and the premises not being available denying entry and not being prepped. We took a default judgment, and I know Your Honor wanted to review this, and that's where we were last week. It's landlord's
Right.
position. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just say it's landlord's position. We want possession of the premises. We've had chronic issues with housekeeping, cleanliness. It's not fair to the other residents. This is an ongoing problem. I'm very willing and ready to argue that Park Forest does not apply to a health hazard. So I'm going to leave it to you what you want to hear, but I am strongly requesting a judgment here to stand.
Sure, go ahead.
Your Honor, I have had RPI in there twice inspecting my place. They never came in.
They being who?
Arbor One
Okay.
never came in. Wendy, the assistant manager, I told her that wasn't a problem. The garbage bags, like I told you last week, were not garbage. They described them as garbage. Those were pots and pans and stuff we had to put in the bags because they wanted to do a cockroach inspection. 6.5 years, I've never seen a cockroach. They turned it into, well, it's garbage. There's garbage all over the house. They never brought anybody in. I had paid a lady, a friend of mine, $100 after that to come in and make sure everything was in line. You got an affidavit from legal aid showing that RPI had been in there twice and gave me a pass inspection. They passed me twice. Arbor One has never come in to my house. Wendy told me she got the report on a Friday. She said she'd have somebody in there Monday. Nobody ever showed up at all to do an inspection at all. I had to call RPI when I got the court judgment and bring them in on it, which I told Arbor One, I told the assistant manager, Wendy, I wouldn't get Arbor One into it if we could help it. She wouldn't let it go. I've been having problems with maintenance in there since 6.5 years. I've been having problems with maintenance. All I'm trying to do is keep a good place. RPI come in there twice. They said the inspection passed inspection. So they never come in. Arbor One never came in and did any kind of inspection at all.
Your
They
Honor, if
just
I may
went
just
by-
respond to this. First of all, I don't know what affidavit Mr. Wazorek is talking about. Second of all, we're talking apples and oranges here. We're not talking about RPI. We're talking about bed bugs. We're talking about the treatment provider came to the unit on 2/2, was denied access, and then
But
came
that
back
wasn't,
of the
that
hearing.
wasn't the original.
Judge
Sir,
Barr.
I can, let Ms. Luckoff go. I let you go for a while. I just want to, go ahead, Ms. Luckoff.
the date of the hearing in front of Judge Barr, they were again denied entry. This is, and there are bed bugs in the unit. And that's not, this is multifamily living. I don't have to tell the court that's not fair to the other residents. So we are asking that the judgment stand and we recover possession of the unit.
Your Honor, they
Sir,
called me
sir, what affidavit? Because I don't.
because
I don't have an affidavit either.
there's one from legal aid. They sent you a paperwork over. They sent you a bunch of paperwork over.
Who did?
In legal aid,
Sent me?
yes. Yes. That's who I received my, that I was supposed to see you about.
Sir, hold on a moment. The only thing that I've received that I have in the court file, the only thing that I've received was the motion to set aside default supplement. And that's the document that's signed.
I have
Yeah.
all the paperwork in my briefcase that I can show you.
Okay, but sir, did you let the treatment providers in?
They were told,
That's a yes or no.
yes.
When you
Not-
let them,
Not at the time that they actually came the first two times when we were in court. Excuse me, Your Honor, but it's important that this is clarified. On the second, they were denied entry, and then on the court hearing date, which would have been the 16th, they were denied entry.
I
So
never denied
after the
them
fact,
entry.
All
after
that-
the judgment was entered, they were permitted entry.
So
Because
they were
I never
denied-
denied them
Application-
sir. They were denied entry on the 2nd and the 16th,
correct.
or the, yeah, the
And that's the
16th.
date of the hearing was the 16th.
Incorrect.
So did they come in on the 2nd, sir?
No, they talked to my son at the office. And he told them we weren't ready at that time. He wasn't
Okay,
part of that.
that's a denial of entry.
I never denied them entry.
Well,
They never
Not-
came to my door.
if you're not ready for the treatment, that's a denial of entry.
But that was through my son, not
On
me.
the 16th,
On the 16th, I told him he could come in. I told him inspect if you want. I said, could you wait off for a couple hours? I'm at court with Zoom, on Zoom with the other court.
so
with the
they
other
were,
officer,
so
the other
hold on a
judge.
second, sir. So what I'm hearing you tell me is that on that date, the unit wasn't ready to be sprayed either.
Yes, it was ready to be sprayed. We
Then-
just had
Then
to,
then why were you asking them to wait?
just because I was in court at court at that time. And they never gave me no warning that he was showing up or coming. It's supposed to take 24 hours notice. I didn't get no notice. They
That's
just
not-
popped in the door. I had to go to court on Zoom with the other judge. I was there. I did not deny them entry. I told them, yes, if you want to come in and inspect, come on, inspect. I said, but can you wait until a couple of hours to spray till I'm done with court? They don't give me no time. They want to do it when they want to do it. They want to just.
Exactly, sir. Exactly, sir. They needed to come in and do the treatment.
But they don't understand that we have a house we have to maintain ourselves. And when I'm on court, on Zoom, on the phone, all I'm asking for, I'll move out. I just need more time.
That's what he
That's
said
what
2
they
weeks
want.
ago.
If they want me to move out, I'll move out. I just need more time to do it. Because see, the assistant manager, I don't know if this lawyer knows it or not, but they called.
When are you gonna move?
I don't know yet.
Okay, let me put it to you real straightforward. I've listened to what you told me. I've looked at everything in the file, and both of those 2 times would be considered a denial of entry for treatment of the premises.
But yeah, they didn't even start with the bed bugs at all.
Sir, if you can argue with me all you want, I'm telling you what I'm finding.
Well, do I have a right to get a lawyer or go to trial with this? Because this ain't right. This is not right. I've been haunted by this company for maintenance. The first
Sir,
maintenance
sir,
problem
sir,
started years ago.
Sir. I'm explaining to you what my finding is. Now, if you want, you have a lot of opportunities to do what you want to do. I don't have a problem with that. All right, I'm explaining to you what my findings are. Understood? Is that a yes?
Yes, yes.
So what I'm trying to find in that the Judge Barr found that they were entitled to that, the writ should be signed. You have indicated to me that you will move, but that you needed time. So my question to you is, how much time did you need to move?
At least till like June.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Okay, because what it is Wendy, their assistant manager, called me last night at 7 o'clock and told me the lawyer told them they were coming in to exterminate today. I told him, yeah. I said, I'm not going to be there. I'm going to be at court, but they have access to come in and spray. And I'm asking, why would they do that if they're going to want us out anyways?
Because the problem that's causes problems for all of the other residents. If your unit doesn't get exterminated, everybody else in that building has a problem. That's why.
Right. I understand that. I understand that. I've been self-exterminating myself before they ever showed up. I was self-exterminating with Orthex or whatever it is. I paid $20 a gallon for it. It just didn't totally eliminate it. And I know what the problem is. I have to get rid of my couch. My couch is a major problem with them. And I'm getting rid of the couch this month. I needed money to buy another couch. And that's a major problem. It's right there. They're all in the couch. There's nowhere else in the house that they're accumulating that, just in there. And the other problem is the people that moved out before me in the building across the hall, they moved out 3 months before everyone discovered they moved, and they had to remove their couch and love seat because they left it behind.
Okay. All of that's fine. The problem is that the landlord, you objected when you came in here to the hearing that took place before Judge Barr. That's what you were giving me, which is the only reason that I set this where I did. The problem here is that there was a denial of entry to the premises.
But that one you got on the court docket.
It just is. It is what it is, sir.
But Your Honor, what I'm trying to say though is through the original judgment, it was over garbage bags. It wasn't over bed bugs. And they said we didn't prep for the bed bugs the first time. When they gave the court order, they never gave me a prep sheet. They never told me. They said, oh, go back to your prep sheet in December. We never got the prep sheet in December at all. They started this in January, and they said, go back to your prep sheet you got in December to prep it. Well, I never got no prep sheet on bed bugs. We get a prep sheet on cockroaches, which is total different prep. It's a total different prep for cockroaches and bed bugs. We never received a prep sheet for bed bugs. So we didn't know what to prep. So how could I bring them in and say, yeah, we'll prep when I don't have a prep sheet to know how to prep it or what they want for prep? And even the exterminator came in there and I asked him, are you doing bed bugs and cockroaches? He said, no. He said, I didn't even get a work order on bed bugs. They didn't even get a work order on it.
Your Honor.
Sir,
You want
let me
to
just
stop?
say this. every time I tell you what I'm finding, you keep telling me something new. It doesn't work that way.
But you're going to
I'm
only
dealing-
2 times, Your Honor. They're going to, you're only going to 2
Now,
times.
you can keep interrupting me all you want.
I'm sorry.
It's not gonna change my decision.
I'm sorry. It's just,
There was a hearing that was held on this. The hearing, I don't find a defect in the hearing. I don't find a defect in the hearing. The judgment will stand, the writ will issue.
how long?
I'm done. The writ issues. It's the statutory, there's no period, sir. There was a hearing that was held.
Well, how long do I have to move? I'm saying, how long are they gonna give me
I
time?
just signed the writ, sir. So you're operating on borrowed time.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I was never given a lawyer. I have to sit here and defend a lawyer when I don't have that kind of smarts. You know, I'm not that smart to deal with a lawyer. You know, and I'm not even given a chance for a,
Sir, do not come before me and tell me that as a tenant, you're not given a chance, not before me. Because that doesn't happen before me.
Your Honor, I called a lawyer. They said they didn't have a lawyer for me.
Sir, you have interrupted me constantly through these proceedings.
I'm sorry.
Now are intending.
I apologize.
No, do not interrupt me again. You now want to insult me by saying that somehow or another you don't get a fair hearing when you came here. When you came here the first time, I told you what I would do. I read your motion. I went through everything to see whether or not there had been something because you claimed a number of defects. I then bring you back here, have treated you fairly, have listened to everything you have said. And how dare you say to this court that somehow and or another you don't get a fair hearing for me? I've made my ruling. I'm done. Thank you.
So feel like my rights were violated.
I'd suggest that you close your mouth as you leave, because otherwise you're going to be going with my bailiff.
Step aside.
At 1 p.m.
All right.
Okay, is there anything you want to yell at me about?
Nope.
Okay, because everybody seems to want to yell at me today, so I just wanted to give everybody an opportunity. All right. Thank you. Miss Grisham's back there. Yeah, yell at him. No, she's back there saying, yeah, yell at him. He likes being yelled at. Okay, let's try this one, because I'm gonna make Miss Grisham wait. Recall Arbor One versus Grisham. Here we go.
Cheryl Luckoff on behalf of the plaintiff.
State your name.
Ashley Grisham.
Now she's gonna look down like, oh, everything's good. All right. Ms. Luckoff, did you see the?
Yes, I can't tell you that I have tremendous understanding now that I've looked at it, but I have seen it. Actually, I'm just seeing there, it looks like there's a page missing. It says page 1 of 2. I want to make sure I didn't miss printing something.
Page 1 of 2.
Let's see.
Yeah, it does say page 1 of 2, but I don't know what the.
Okay, so
2
you
is.
don't have that either. Okay, so I don't know what.
I
two-
don't have it either.
Okay. So.
But at worst, it looks like 4566 is coming. At best, 77's coming, and then I have this huge amount in escrow. So
Okay.
I don't know what you want to do.
I mean, we have the 4,090 in escrow.
Right, and that, was that mailed out? That has not been sent out.
Yeah, could you release that just so it takes the balance down and then,
Now, here's gonna be the problem. The problem's gonna be if that she's gonna then be way overpaid. If I do that.
Mhm.
And I'm
Okay.
sure, Mr. Grisham, I mean, I don't mean to speak for her, but I'm sure Mr. Grisham, if they pay that money, Ms. Grisham's gonna want some of this money back.
Right.
Am I right? Mr. Grisham?
Correct.
Yeah, see, I'm smart. So my suggestion is, it's not gonna get any worse than where it is right now. It's just to put it over to the 15th. See if that extra payment comes in, because that was, as I'm recalling, Ms. Grisham got that email that day that she was here the last time. So if that check's coming, it's gonna hit hopefully next week.
Okay.
And then we can do that. All right? That sound good, Ms. Grisham?
Yes, sir.
Is that satisfactory to you?
Great.
You're not gonna yell at me?
Nope.
All right, good enough. March 15, 2024, 1 p.m.
Thank you.
Ms. Grisham, you have a very blessed weekend. Thank you.